Hey Nintendo nerds, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, everybody. For today's video, I wanted to do something very raw and uncut and unedited, so this video is definitely not going to be edited or cut in any way, shape, or form. I just wanted to talk to you guys, just me and the camera, me and you guys, and just kind of give you guys one giant update in light of the situation and what is currently happening all around our world and in our society. As you guys can see, I am not in my usual spot. I don't have my tripod. I am not sitting by my desk on my gaming chair. I'm sitting on my bed in a spot where I feel comfortable with being able to talk to you guys one-on-one, directly to you. A lot has happened, and I know that in my last video and maybe even before that, I mentioned that I was going to make an updated video for you guys. Just letting you all know what's happening in my life, and that has changed. I had filmed several of them and I had to scrap them because more things had happened recently and I just didn't feel right about uploading a video that only showed half of what's happening and not the full and not the most updated. So here I am doing that for you all today. First and foremost, I want to thank all the first responders and those of you who are frontline workers, whether you are nurses, doctors, working in hospitals, urgent care facilities, cops, police, firefighters, or pharmacists. I know you guys are doing everything you can and risking your lives every day to make sure that our world is a safer place, helping those that are in need, that have family members, maybe even themselves, who are going through this very situation and have contracted the virus. And putting your lives at risk is definitely something that is, very scary. And a difficult position to be in. So I want to thank you. Believe me, I understand. I have several family members who are pharmacists, and I have one that lives in New York, and that is the highest rated place right now for the virus. And I have an aunt and uncle that work in New Jersey, so definitely I understand. They're risking their lives every day, and I have so much respect for them and for all of you putting your lives at risk. It is definitely a very difficult time to be in, especially with all of you guys staying at home, and I am urging you all that you stay at home so that you guys can be safe. It's been very scary to know that even when you leave the house, you have to be fully covered, mask and all, gloves. I mean, if not, you could be contracted. You can, you can have the chance of contracting the virus. I remember a month ago, my colleagues kept telling me, oh, you're young, you don't have a compromised system, you're fine. That is not the case anymore. Unfortunately, within, I think, the last month or so, it has already been talked about how age is not so much a factor into the virus. Anybody at any age can contract it, which is why they're urging that everybody stays home as much as they can. And that everybody, if they do decide to leave, that it's only for, getting groceries or something very important, and that you are wearing masks, you are wearing your gloves, and that you are doing everything that you can. Oh, I'm getting a little emotional here. I've never really cried before on camera. So yeah, it's definitely been very difficult and a huge adjustment having to be at home. Just a few updates for you all. A few months ago, I started a new job. This has been longer than a few months ago. I really shouldn't say a few months anymore. Time just really flies like that. And I switched industries, and I went from standing 8 hours to sitting for 8 hours in an office setting. And I, really did enjoy the job and really liked the scenery change. It was a much different industry than what I was, previously in. I used to work in the hotel industry of the hospitality industry or hotel side, and now, I transitioned over to the travel industry, and it's a whole nother ballpark and whole nother game there. Huge change for me. And so I went from adjusting to that to then having to adjust to working at home because it started getting a lot worse, and someone at my work had been tested positive for mild symptoms. So we all had to learn to work from home. And so from there, I then found out 2 weeks ago that I was furloughed. I was notified and informed 2 weeks ago. So that was definitely a huge adjustment on my end, because the last 4 to 5 years of my life, I was working. I had a job. I was working, maybe not every day because I was in school, but I was working at least 4 days a week, sometimes less than that. And then the last year and a half, I was working 5 days a week, sometimes 6. And I had a full-time job because I was out of college and I graduated with a degree. So adjusting to having a job and then to not having one is, it was a little bit of a change for me, a little bit of an adjustment. And at first I was very shocked, but I knew, it was coming for some time now. And I am not here to talk about the experience or the situation that I had gone through, or, say anything about the company. I understand that many companies, mine not being the only one, that many companies had to make difficult situations, in order to survive, in order for their company to continue to thrive and make it through this very difficult pandemic. So I completely understand why they had to make these difficult decisions. I spoke to a lot of other people that were also furloughed, and also lost their jobs. So I know it is a very difficult time for many of you, especially with all the uncertainty. I don't know how long this is going to last. I don't even know how I'm going to adjust with going back to work when all this is over. But it is definitely an insane, scary time for everybody, and I just want you all to know that I am here for you. Anytime you want to just come into my DMs or say something in the comment section, or anything, I'm here to listen to you. You guys know I read all of your comments, I read all of your DMs. I'm always active. Being that I'm a smaller channel, I get to do that. I get to be very up close and personal with you all, and that's what I love about being a smaller YouTuber, that I get to connect with you on a personal level, and I am here to listen to all of your concerns. I know that it is a very uneasy time in this during these trying times in this pandemic, and so I want you all to know that you can come to my channel. It is a safe haven, and I hope that my channel can be this happy place for you guys, and that my videos continue to put a smile on your face, even though it is very uneasy with everything that's happening. And so I want you to know that I am here for you, and I am going through the exact same situation, so I know where you guys are coming from. It is not easy. Transitioning to not working and hearing the news, it's not so much heartbreaking, it's very shocking, and it does take some time getting used to. But we are going to get through this together. We are strong-willed, we are strong-souled, and I believe that, our world will come together and we're going to beat the odds. We're going to beat the pandemic. We're going to get back to a sense of normality. Even if we have no idea how long it's going to be, stay at home. That's one thing that you can do to know, and to know that you guys are going to be safe. And for me, staying at home has, really been very calming for me, even though it's been very difficult post being furloughed. And I think it's because I am a very much an introvert. I am not very social. So I love being at home. It's like my safe haven. For me, it's my comfort zone. I am the kind of person that once I leave my house, I feel like I'm going into the big world, and it's super nerve-wracking for me. And I think a lot of it has to do with my anxiety, and the fact that I get nervous a lot about a lot of little things. And so being at home has been very comforting for me. I have started coming up with a schedule, because all I do every day, and all I have been doing every day, is playing Animal Crossing and spending 8 hours playing Animal Crossing. It's my one distraction that I really love, because the game makes me so happy. I'm a part of a really great community on Discord for Animal Crossing, and so I just really love the game, but I am playing it so much. Once I pick up the game, I cannot put the game down. It's ridiculous on just all levels of how much I actually play the game, and how long I actually sit and stare at my TV screen or the screen on the Switch and play with it. It's I don't even know how to fathom it, because it's insane, and I love the game so much, and it's like a whole new level of I pick it up, I can't put it down. It's ungodly. It's ungodly, and I love the game. So I've started, trying to implement a schedule where I have a set amount of time to play Animal Crossing, and then a set amount of time to read a book on my Kobo e-reader, and then some time set aside for journaling. And you guys already know that I'm not a person that likes to journal and write down word for word everything I did that day or how I'm feeling. You guys have seen in my previous videos that I posted last year about my mental health that I journal with a few books that I got off of Amazon, and they're very like short prompts that I do, and those are the books that I use the most. I have a book that I can log down and write down what I'm grateful for every day, and I could list 3 of the things that I am very grateful for, and then I could date it, so I can always go back and take a look at, on this day I was grateful for these 3 things, and that has kept me very grounded as well. And then the book I mentioned earlier that I journal in with the short prompts that has, really helped with my anxiety, keep me and my soul calm. And then I have another book where I write down all of my goals and timestamp them. So those are the books I really use to journal a lot of. I know you guys are going through a lot of difficult times, and not many of you guys can shell out cash, but I can assure you these books do not cost a lot at all, and I will link them down below if I can find them on my Amazon. I ordered all of these off Amazon, and they were lovely books, and I love using them every day. I don't journal every day, but I try to set some time to journal because it really helps with my anxiety, and it's good for me. So, and as well as my therapist, who's been walking me through a lot of the emotions I've been feeling, post being on this little vacation of mine that I have no idea how long it's going to be. So that is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed just this little sit down and talking, and know that I am here with you, here for you, and I am going through the exact same experiences that many of you guys are going through as well, and that you guys need to stay at home. That is, my last message to drive you guys. I want all of you guys to work on finding some new hobbies to do and find something that makes you happy, even if it is very difficult to get through these times. Being happy overall is going to help you get through this pandemic and these trying times. And believe me, I'm not always happy, but I'm trying, and that needs to count for something. So stay at home, be happy, be healthy, and find some hobbies to do. I love you guys so much. Mwah, and I will see you all in my next video. Stay at home. Love you guys. Bye.